Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to create gross, dirty, drifty synth sounds on the OP-1 that sounds sort of like this.
It's another tutorial time with Brad! And now, here's Brad! That's me!
So I've been following a guy on Instagram for a while, a couple guys actually, Blank Forms, Amulets Music, and there's a few other guys that are messing with tape loops. I have no idea what they're doing. I don't know how it works. I know it involves tapes, obviously, and, you know, cassette players, but they sound awesome. And I kind of came up with a way to do it on the OP-1 using the FM Synth engine. Now, the FM Synth engine, in my opinion, comes with no good stock presets. I don't know if I've ever used any of them, so I've kind of avoided it. But recently, I've been diving in and kind of turning the knobs, and with the LFO, I can get some drift sounds, and it's starting to sound like kind of an old vintage synth, if you ask me. So let me show you how I have been messing with the FM Synth engine to get some crazy cool synth sounds. Okay, so here we are in the FM Synth on the OP-1. I want to show you what my settings are on the patch that I've already created, and then we're going to go through and try to create it from scratch. So these are all the settings I've currently got in the FM Synth. And the ADSR, we've got a fairly slow attack, fairly slow decay, and a fairly slow release. Got it set to poly mode with a portamento of 99 so that the notes drift to each other instead of changing hard from one note to the next. And then the main effect that you're hearing is the nitro here. This is what's giving us our crunch. And mainly what's doing the crunch is the green knob here. I don't know what FF stands for, but basically what this sounds like is it's a lot of tape saturation. And then in the LFO, I've got the tremolo set up so that we've got a very faint kind of a note drift here. If I hold a single note out, you might be able to hear it better. If you turn that off. Pretty subtle, but it kind of adds a nice kind of organic feel. Let's turn all this all the way off. Reset everything. Turn off the effects. Turn off the LFOs. Now let me change the portamento. I don't know anything about math. I don't know what these numbers even mean. All I know is the blue kind of creates a distortion, kind of a fuzz, kind of a, I would guess that's like voltage. The green button doesn't do anything. The white button doesn't do anything. Nothing really does anything without the voltage on the blue knob. So you got to turn this guy up a little bit. And then the green knob is kind of what changes the main sounds. So let's kind of scroll through here and see what we can come up with. I don't hate that. Now, since I've got this bass set up, I'm going to go through the white knob here, and that's going to go through the different variations of this sound. Kind of like this guy here. Now, what the red-orange knob here does is, I don't really know, it kind of wiggles everything. Adds kind of a nice weird wiggliness to it. Sometimes this sounds good, sometimes this sounds bad. With this particular patch we've got going, it doesn't sound too bad. Now let's go through and alter this so we can let's make it kind of more pad-like. So we're gonna change the attack. We're gonna drop down this decay here. This is kind of like how quickly it drops here. And we're gonna have it drop kind of middle of the road here. And then if we drop the release here, so let's give it more of a slowed attack here. So now we're gonna go through and really reset this nitro here so that we can kind of recreate it together. Like I said, the green knob here is kind of our main saturation here. So we're gonna turn it up halfway, or I guess this is 3/4 of the way up here. And it's already kind of affecting our blue guy here, our low end frequencies, but I'm gonna chop some more of those off here. And let's chop off some of the highs. And you can hear that kind of crunch coming in there now. And I think what I did before was I moved this white knob forward or backwards. I can't remember what exactly, but let's mess with it. Let's move it forward. Not quite how I had it before, but it sounds kind of cool. Let's move it backwards. Now let's add this LFO. This is a pretty basic tremolo, but let me show you exactly what I did to get there. So the default here is basically nothing. So we don't really want to change much here. We just want the note to change a little bit. I usually stay between 5 and 8. Let's try that. And then this is going to be your speed, how frequently it changes. And then the white knob is going to change how much you hear it. But really, what that's kind of showing us is the tremolo effect mainly. So we don't really want a lot of dipping, we just want the note to change. The red knob over here is the slope of how the dipping of the tremolo effect works. So if I crank the white up, you can kind of hear better. See, right now it's kind of climbing that ladder. Wow. But if it's up flat like the default, it's just wop, wop, wop. Now that I've got everything going, I'm not a big fan of this version of the sound. Also, if you hold the shift knob, you get all kinds of in-between knobs here, in-between states of the FM synth. The shift button on the OP-1 is everything. Now we've got to fine-tune things. It's a little too drifty. And then, I don't know if we're crunching enough. This is really the hardest part, is finding a good setting for this. Here we go. This is kind of close to how it was before, I believe. I'll go ahead and throw this in the save library here by holding down 1. And I'll go ahead and throw my original patch up and this patch up for free download here. The links will be down in the description. Okay guys, that's going to do it for this tutorial. I hope you found it useful. If you did, click the like button down below. Maybe subscribe if you haven't already. Otherwise, I don't know. I guess I'll see you in the next one. See ya.